Lake City Mayor Aaron Mendenhall says a record number of people are sleeping on the streets and more are expected this year. It comes less than 2 years after 3 new homeless resource centers were built to end the city's homeless crisis.
Fox 13's Haley Higgins is live in downtown Salt Lake City this afternoon. And Haley, millions of taxpayer dollars and donations were spent to help. So what's happened?
All right, well, I talked with homeless advocates and people here living on the street, and they both tell me the same thing. They say that when the road home was closed in 2019, the 3 new resource centers that were put in place to replace it had 400 extra beds, and that has caused a problem because the homeless crisis is getting worse and there's more people who are living here out on the street.
It's just hard all the way around.
Salt Lake City native Tom spent most of his life homeless, and he's seeing more people join him now behind the Rio Grande.
It's really hard. There's so many people out here now. You know, I mean, we all try to help each other what little bit we can.
With the closure of the troubled road home shelter in 2019, state and local leaders intended to move away from warehousing people and instead focus on moving them off the streets for good. Almost from the start, the 3 resource centers neared full capacity, forcing the city to open up emergency shelters during winter months.
They tore down the one shelter that pretty much housed everything. If they had left that up and then built a couple more, they might have had something.
The city's homeless crisis is complex, yet advocates say the climbing number of unsheltered people can be blamed on the pandemic, unaffordable housing, and even neighboring cities dropping people off.
Capacity was a huge issue from the very beginning, and it was one that wasn't adequately dealt with.
Mayor Mendenhall admits the resource centers aren't reaching the chronically homeless. She's looking into constructing a tiny home community later this year. Advocates argue single occupant housing, such as an old hotel, will help too. A solution, whatever it is, cannot come soon enough for property owners struggling with encampments.
I feel completely unsafe. I carry mace with me. I have people approach me constantly.
Now, I looked into the current occupancy rates of the 3 newish resource centers and the emergency center. Now, they range anywhere from 81 to 90% full as of Monday. Reporting live in Salt Lake City, Haley Higgins, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Haley, thank you. In addition to money set aside by the legislature this year, advocacy groups are hopeful federal stimulus money will help people afford permanent housing in Salt Lake City.